like it'll start later on because it'll say going live and I'll be like, oh, and I'll click down here. And okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm Ray. I'm here with Matt, and Tom Nutty is here. So all three of the original cast members are here this week. And of course, momentarily, we will be joined by Def Noodles. He's a content creator right here on YouTube and a comedian. And we were talking a little bit before we went one line about the show Dahmer. Like, that show is just, if you haven't watched it yet, and I mean, I think talking about the show, you can't really spoil it much, because if you know anything about Jeffrey Dahmer, like, they cover everything in it. But, you know, it's more so of how wild the 80s were. Like, we were talking about of, you know, like how the police didn't do anything. It's like, well, the 70s and the 80s are just wild. It's
pretty wild, like, time.
You know,
wild time. Right.
Yeah,
right. It was basically just choose your own adventure. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody gave a shit.
It's like giving free roam.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
in a fucking video game.
And it's also like Evan Peters. Like, he does an amazing job. And we're like, you know, if an actor takes on that role, like, do you volunteer for that? Like, do they have like a casting call for that? Like, how long was the line for this casting call for guys who want to play Jeffrey Dahmer? Like, yeah.
I mean, I feel like you'd be surprised. Like, he's got like this weird rock star vibe about his like urban legend in the world. Like, it's like people were so far removed from when it happened that people have forgotten that like he was trying to create his own zombies and eating them. Like,
oh yeah, like it's insane. Like, I mean, like,
that's what we're talking about.
Like the dude was giving people lobotomies with a power saw. Like, imagine it. And that, like, I've often sat there and joked that, like, when something goes wrong, I'm like, I'll just draw a power saw through my head. That's why I say that.
And fun fact, everybody thinks like he put acid in their heads to try to, like, you know, whatever. But he's tried to do it with hot water the first time. So he's not as smart as everybody fucking thinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think hot water is my first choice to create a zombie.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we're like, you know, like at that point, like, do you have to, like, literally, like, in preparation for that role, do you literally have to eat like a random vagrant? Like, just like a random, like, homeless person off the street? Like, okay, well, you know, this person, he's going to be dead in 2 days due to his ailments. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have you kill him now, and we're going to have you eat him. Yes, you're going to consume him. And then that's how you'll be ready to do this role. Like,
they say, man, that those cannibals and shit, and those other tribes and those third world countries and shit.
Oh yeah,
they eat human flesh. It's something in it that makes them go crazy.
Yeah. Well, did you ever hear the theory of that's what people thought happened to Amelia Earhart? Like, because like her plane. What? Yeah, you never heard that? Oh man, dude, like, they think that, like, Amelia Earhart, that, like, when her plane went down, she landed on one of these islands. And, you know, she probably came out and probably like, hi, I'm Amelia Earhart. And she probably got like a spear in the neck and then fucking just like, it was kind of like The Walking Dead. Like, you land and it's like an island of zombies and just rip
like
you apart.
What's that? There's another cannibal thing. There's like, it's not like Jeff Dahmer, but Green Inferno. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
That was brutal.
I could just say, hey, how you doing? And just and they just start fucking hacking you and shit.
Well,
these people aren't friendly.
I'm a sick bastard. Like, so it's kind of thing. So, okay. So, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer is a cannibal. You know, obviously, you know, he was a gay man. So, you know, it's kind of thing that at some point, like, you know how, like, when you go to have sex, and it shows it even in the show at some point, that, like, someone puts their finger in your mouth and you kind of like suck on their foot. Like,
I'm not into that, so I don't know, Ray. You fucking sicko.
But if you do that to him, does he, like, bite on the finger and, like, not want to let go?
No,
at that point, like, does he try to eat the finger?
It's like a teaser, like a tasting, you know.
Yeah. I like the way your skin tastes.
You have hints of hazelnut.
You're gonna have a hint of hazelnut before you hazel my nuts. and of course,
you know what? That's the interesting part. Okay, because we're gonna go there. What do you do with the genitalia? Do you just?
Oh, he kept it.
Oh, he kept it.
Yeah, they even talk about it. Like, he basically.
I mean, that'd be the first thing I eat. Would be the.
I mean, you look at it like this. Like, if you keep it though, do you remove the balls, like the dick from the balls, or do you keep it as like one solid piece? Because the dicks could easily go into like a hot dog roll.
I want to
like that's just flap those right onto a hot dog roll. And that's
what I want to know is like the consistency, like the nutsack. Is it like a chewy, like a rubbery?
Anytime you want to learn, like I'll donate my shit to science for this. Okay.
And actually, in a little bit, we're going to be getting into it. I went to the National Spy Museum, and they had a bunch of concealment devices that they would use as spies. And
is that the one down in DC?
Yes, yes. And one of them was actually a ball sack. Like it was an actual, like, no bullshit ball sack that awesome. They use as a concealment device. So, but no, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, so imagine this, like you're a cop and you open up a freezer and it's just a freezer filled of hearts and dicks. Like, imagine, like, because like
I'm shutting that freezer immediately and pretending I didn't see it. I'm like, I'm gonna check the living room.
Yeah.
You just shut the door. You're like, I love the fucking 80s, bro. Walk away.
You just sit there. You're like, Sanchez, because there's always a cop named Sanchez. Sanchez, get in here. Right. Check the freezer. Okay. Oh God. And it's like you get like the most homophobic cop in the world who's like never taken a shower with the other cadets or another officer and has never seen another man's dick in person, and he just opens it up and there's like 16 dicks in the freezer, and he's just kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with it. Like
and then you get some grizzled old detective comes over and he's like, I'll show you what to do.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you're a crime scene investigator at that point, like, do you like have to ID the dicks? Like at that point, like, do you have to like pick up each individual dick and try to figure out which, like, it's kind of like pin the tail on the donkey.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta taste them all.
Yeah, you have to figure out whose schlong is whose. Right. Like, okay, well,
you got the black dick in there. Like, I know who that belongs to. There's only one man brave enough to carry such a schlong.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like when you look at his victims, like his victims were predominantly African American. He had a couple of
were they really?
Asian, yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had an Asian guy, and I think a Puerto Rican guy, and when he was younger, a white guy that he killed. So it's like you look at it, it's like you have all those black dicks. Like you're just kind of looking, you're like, all right, well, which one goes to which? Like of course they're like the bigger dicks of all of the ones that are in there, and the Asian one skip over, like because
imagine having like the smallest black dick in the lineup, and you're like, no, man, that one's not mine. No.
Like I never really understood with like shows like Law and Order Special Victims Unit on why they don't just have a lineup of dicks. And they're like, which dick did this to you? Like, can you identify the dick? It's like, well, I didn't see.
Like that one.
I didn't see the person's face. Well, can you tell us via his dick which one it was?
We're gonna do a dry run right here, guys, and you let us know.
But oh man, no. Anyways, so I went. Of course, we were off for a good while. Tom, we were live on Monday. James Ellsworth was our guest, but I think we went, what was it, on live episodes, the longest hiatus we've done since we've had a show, which was, I think, 13 days that we went without a live episode. I was on vacation. It was much needed break from the show, work, everything. So me and my wife, we were going to go to a place in Pennsylvania called the Sugar Factory. And it had all these like candy themed stuff, but they canceled our reservation 2 days before because they had a really bad plumbing problem. And it said that they're opening back up on October 3rd. So we're just kind of like, all right, well, fuck. So we decided we were going to go to DC. And one place I always wanted to go to was the National Spy Museum. And that's badass. Like if you guys are like into like James Bond or just like they got into the Cold War, they had this whole simulation on when we raided Bin Laden's palace, and you had to figure out if that was really Bin Laden in there. And then you get this little card where you can be like a secret agent yourself, and like you scan into like all these things. And of course, the first one, it tells you your name, your job, your alias, and what you need to find. And I forgot that at the first station. So every other station, like all these questions come through, and I'm like, I would never be a spy. And,
right.
And then like
you gotta be super intelligent.
Yeah. And that I am not. Okay. I went to Dundalk High School. Okay. I am not.
That's That's barely a high school.
Yes, that's just a building with brick and a bunch of children just ended up there, and we learned
they just dropped the children off there. That's what happened. Oh,
it's really an insane asylum. They just bring their it's kind of like Crownsville Mental Hospital. If you remember that, people would just show up and go, my kid has an issue, because they didn't want their kid, and the kid would be perfectly fucking fine, and they'd be like, see you, Johnny, and just drive off and leave this kid with all these fucking sick fucking people.
What a time to be alive that would have been. Jesus.
Man, the fucking 80s, I'll tell you.
Like, imagine like your parents sit there, and that's the thing, like, you know, down in that area, like Anne Arundel County, that was like an ongoing joke when I was a kid. It was the kind of thing of, oh, we'll eat your vegetables, or we're going to drop you off at Crownsville. And I mean, it was well fucking known that people just like drop their kids off and just
parents
see you later. Like, yeah, like parents would just drop their kids off and just roll.
Because you didn't eat your vegetables.
I mean,
that's pretty hardcore.
You look at it like this, like you have a belly full. Like, I wish I would have learned how to eat vegetables compared to that fucking monstrous fucking meatball sub I ate earlier. Like, you know, Jesus. But no, like, so we're at the National Spy Museum, and at some point they have these, like, there's a stairwell, and I said, go up here for, you know, a different extraction. I'm like, all right. So I go up the steps, and it takes you into like this ventilation system, and you go up and you can crawl around in these vents, and it has a little gauge, and it's green or red, and it detects on how much noise you're making. So in case you had to like sneak through vents, and of course my fat ass sounds like a fucking beached whale, just and it was like you would be detected.
It's like when you overload the fucking washing machine. No.
Yeah. Oh. Or you stick like a pair of tennis shoes in the dryer, and it's just making it, and that's what it sounded like. So, you know, at one point,
the
like
Russians are just looking up the vent, like,
what the
fuck is that?
But no, so I'm up there and I'm looking around. I'm like, man, Jess doesn't know I'm up here. So I sit there and I call her and I'm like, hey, come over here. And she's like, well, where are you? So she comes over and like she's looking all around and she's like, where are you? And I was just kind of like, look up. And when she looks up, like I'm just up there in the vent, and she's like, what the fuck? She's like, how'd you get up there? And I came back down and I told her, and I was like, you should crawl up in the vent. She's like, I'm not getting up there. I'm like, it's probably not a good idea. I'm like, the integrity of the vent is probably like, you know, it's probably going to crash down because I'm like doing fucking the worm like Scotty Too Hottie fucking through that fucking vent to get fucking.
You didn't lube yourself up or anything with like butter?
I didn't know what it was. It was just steps that said another attraction here. So I went up the fucking steps. And it was like, oh, try to make it silently through the vents. And I was like, I can do this. Like, that's the way it always like. You always
that's all we gotta do is set up like another attraction over here. Next thing you know, you're fucking Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment. You're like, oh shit.
I bet you can't take all these pictures silently. And then fucking Ray's like, fuck yeah, I can. Watch this.
Yeah. And you just like that, and that's the thing. You just hear all these horrific noises, kind of like Jeffrey Dahmer's neighbor did. I love how we always come full circle back to something. Like, you know, the sounds of that fucking air duct is kind of like the sounds that was coming out of Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment. But no, so we were there, and this is what really jumped out to me. So Tom, I'm going to get ready to pull this up here on the screen. And they had all kind, like, one of the things that was cool was they had this umbrella that literally held like a poison dart that they killed, like, I think some Russian official with. Like, they shot him in the fucking neck with like some poison dart, like from a fucking umbrella. And they had all kinds of
cool.
Yeah. And they had all kinds of concealment devices, like all kinds of shit, like fucking lighters, like fucking computers that folded out, and like you could put shit inside of them. And the one that jumped out to me, I'm walking by and I'm like, is that a set of balls? Like, so there it was on the fucking wall.
Why does
just
it have
set of testicles.
What the fuck is that?
And you can see there's a camera above it. So it says
what's that passion? What's that fucking balding disease? What the fuck is that?
I mean, if you're wearing that, like, do you shave the testicles like at some point? Like, I mean, like, and it says
it looks like a piece of gum that rolled around on the floor.
That fucking ball sack could have a ponytail, dude.
Like, like that has a ZZ Top beard. Like I saw that. I'm like, and it says this prototype, never used in the field, was specifically designed to be used by downed male pilots to conceal a small escape radio. Male security guards, it was thought, would not thoroughly search the genital area.
Yeah,
so
because those security guards ain't gay.
yeah.
Hey, the 80s were pretty wild, though.
Yeah, the 80s were pretty wild. But I mean, that was like developed in like, I think it had something on there and it said like, I think like 69 or 70, like somewhere around like that time or whatever. So, you know, but just imagine that.
Nothing
though.
unusual
like,
here.
Like imagine like
free to go.
A secret agent like goes in, like, you know, the game Hitman. Like you're playing the game Hitman, and the next thing you know, like they're willing to kill you, and they take it down, they pull their pants down, pull off their ball sack, and pull out like a fucking like little teeny tiny finger gun from like the ball sack, and like shoots you in the face with it. Like
it pulls out one of the like the balls, and he just like throws it on the ground. He like disappears like a ninja.
Like, the balls in the nut sack. Like there's
that smoke shit. Ninja vanish.
Oh, fuck me, Ron.
Wait, so now it's the kind of thing. Imagine if someone was doing undercover work in the Jeffrey Dahmer case. So this guy's wearing this fake ball sack, and you know, of course, Dahmer being Dahmer, you know, he just reaches down and he's like, "Hey, what's up with your nuts down there?" or whatever. And like, you know, like at this point, like, does it like, you know, can you press a button? Like now, like technology's so good. Like I feel like they may have redid these ball sacks, but they feel like real ball sacks. And like you can press a button, and like these things, like fucking, like if it's cool, you like if it's cold outside, it can warm your nuts up, or if it's hot, it can cool your balls down, or like you can like radio somebody through like the ball, like you pull them off, you're like, all right, yeah, look, this is where I am. Like,
bro, they're just Bluetooth balls, dude.
Yeah,
they're just Bluetooth. Connect to your phone.
You can sit there and fucking control your fucking car from the ball sack, like
start.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 100% where I would put my key to the Tesla, like in my ball sack. So,
you know how that sounds. Like I would put my keys in my ball sack.
You're walking out there, someone said you're like teabagging the hood of your car. Like, what are you doing? I'm trying to get my car started, man.
Yeah. It's like one of those things, like you know how you have on your cell phone, like the fucking Apple Pay, and you tap it. Like, imagine
I'm so short. That's the problem with that. I'm like trying to like
no, not even
trying to put them up on the counter.
Not even that. You're in Walmart and like you just buy something quick. And like you're not wearing them at the time, but you have the balls in your pocket. So like you reach in and like you're behind the person that like fucking like Apple pays with a set of balls like on the fucking thing. And it's like it's like
I would have questions.
Oh man, I've left my balls in my other pants, man. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Now I'm more intrigued about this. So let's see. So ball sack concealer. I don't even want to know what's going to come up with this when I look this up.
I don't
like.
It's literally concealer.
That's interesting. It's a ball sack for fucking golf ball. What the hell is this thing? Billysballbags.com. What is this?
Okay, right.
I don't think I could actually show the, but like look at how that hand is grasping those nuts. Billysballbags.com. If you can go to billysballbags.com. Oh shit! And then there's a fanny magnet. We definitely cannot show this stuff. Little Willie the fridge magnet, Tom. You have to go and look at Little Willie the fridge magnet.
Okay. We gotta get off.
And then have a ball bag face mask.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The ultimate Willie straw cock bong and bottle topper. So
for
uncircumcised dick beer bong.
Bro, look at the pumpkin. Keep going down.
Wait. Oh no. Oh, it's the fucking best thing I've ever seen in my life.
What the fuck is going on here?
Why are we on here?
God.
Oh, they have a face mask.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have seen that 2 years ago because I would have never worn anything else.
I mean, dude, look at that. Like the little Willy fridge magnet.
Oh,
that looks like something out of the movie Tremors. That looks like a tremor.
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
It's an uncircumcised penis.
That's what they found in Dahmer's freezer. That's what that is. That's what was found in Dahmer's freezer.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ in heaven.
Well, glad we went through that. Fuck.
Now the rest of the show is canceled. So
yeah. The show is now officially canceled. Oh my God. But real quick, what we're going to do the last couple of weeks, we've been neglecting this stuff and I want to get into it. Of course, the last 2 episodes, the live episode we had at Church of Satire and last week with James Ellsworth, we had a featured beer, which we never were able to get around to. And that was Stacy's Mom Citria IPA by Evil Genius. So make sure go out and pick some of this up. I don't know, Matt. I feel like you. I don't think you really liked it as much.
It was okay.
I liked it.
It wouldn't be my go-to, but
yeah. I mean, I liked it. I mean, Stacy's mom definitely had it going on.
I got it from a farm store in Hanover, so yeah. That's about all they had.
And then, of course, we're also finishing up our Ballast Point Aloha Sculpin Hazy, which we've had, a couple of weeks before Stacy's mom.
Like this, though.
So, and for those of you out there watching live, I am drinking it out of our Happy Hour podcast Halloween pint glass. Make sure you go over to the hhpod.com and pick up one of these pint glasses. I think they're $12, something like that. So not too bad. And don't think that the money's going directly into my pocket, because it's not. I make probably $1 off of it. But yes. But yeah, make sure you go out, pick up one of those. And dude, like, it's insane the stuff. Of course, we're now in October, which is my favorite. And you sit there, like, all the shows that we have, all of the graphics are absolutely banging for Halloween. Yeah. Halloween's always, of course, we have this logo right here, which we have no other logo that even comes close or duplicates that, which is our Halloween logo. But of course, Monster Mania Con, and we were talking about this a little bit. Like, now does Evan Peters, like, does he now do Monster Mania Con? Because I don't know if he
probably would have already done it.
Yeah, because he was in the first season of American Horror Story.
He was in a lot of them.
So, he did that. Also he had the X-Men stuff. And I mean, that's happening right now, right up the road from us in Hunt Valley.
Yeah.
Right now. So Doug Bradley, who was a former guest of the show, he's at Monster Mania Con. CJ Graham from Friday the 13th Part 6. He's there. Who's who of what's there. And one thing that looks really good, and I don't know if you guys are really big into horror, I don't think Matt is, but the new Hellraiser coming to Hulu looks absolutely fucking fantastic.
It's a female.
Yes.
I wouldn't say protagonist because she's not a protagonist, but it'd be pretty interesting to get tortured by her.
Oh yeah. Well, and also the chick who play, like, the female Pinhead, like, I want to say that she is hot, but the chick who plays her is hot. Like, she, like, literally, like, and you see, like, just basically the way she looks in the show, and you're just kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I wonder if they bring back Deep Throat, though. Like, there was a character in that movie called Deep Throat, and she had, like, it looked like a vagina, like, throat or whatever, like, from where it was ripped open. And even Doug Bradley joked around. He's like, they never really actually called her that, but that was the character's name. Like, and I asked, I was like, well, did Pinhead, throat fuck Deep Throat, at that point, like, since she had, like, the throat vagina?
That's the first logical question to ask, for sure.
Pinhead's just like, hold on, wait a minute, let me take off my ball concealer. And then, he just sits there and they just, get at it. But
let me try my Billy's Ball Bags fridge magnet on that thing.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah. We got to get them to sponsor this episode.
Oh, dude, we do. Like, I'm totally going to tag them when I break this
Absolutely.
up. I'm totally going to tag them, because if they send me like that fucking
the face
mask tremor fucking looking like dick magnet or whatever.
Oh my God.
Like, it wasn't even an uncircumcised. Like, it looked like a dick that, like, got the head of it cut off and, like, it rolled itself up in fear, and then someone burned it closed with, like, a blowtorch or some shit. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like that's.
I can tell you're one of those Jeffrey Dahmer fans. I can tell.
Well, what? So
mutilating.
Okay. Yeah. Before this episode's over, I'm just giving Matt a fucking lobotomy. Like just live.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Sponsored by BillysBallbags.com.
So Tom, what's up, man? Of course, we talked a little bit last week, with you going to Denver and all that. And what else have you had going on? Of course, I know normally on Saturdays you're doing comedy or something somewhere. Like
this week, we had a show supposed to do it tonight, but it ended up getting canceled for several different reasons. So I ended up having some free time tonight. So why not jump on here? You know what I mean?
No Billy ball bag endorsement or whatever. So that's what it was. Like Tom was like, you know what? This isn't,
Yeah, I'm not doing any fucking show.
So I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. From here on out, I'm doing no more shows that are not endorsed by BillysBallbags.com. Take that to the bank.
Out of all the places I've reached out to or tagged on Twitter, like all the different beer companies and all that, that would be the company that I feel
absolutely
like, oh, hey, can you and then like at the corner, like they set it up. Yeah, they set it up and it's like, in the bottom of the corner, you need to have like a ball bag logo or something on it. And it's like, well, it looks like we're going to X videos now because, I don't think YouTube's going to appreciate the ball bag subscribe here logo.
Look, I think we can make something acceptable for both parties here. Okay. But
also Coolio in the past week, Coolio has passed away, which, of course, Coolio. And it's funny because everybody automatically goes to Gangster's Paradise when they think of Coolio. Me, the first thing that popped in my head was the Keenan and Kel theme song. And that, like, that literally play like the whole Nick, like at the end, like, and then here it goes. And it's like, as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, there he goes. Cause he died or whatever. And like, but
or whatever.
Yeah. I remember commenting on Tommy Simbazo's status. He posted something about Coolio, and I was like, I hope he really had a fantastic voyage on wherever it is he's going, because of course he had the song Fantastic Voyage as well. But no, I mean, I feel like, with Coolio, and this could just be me, I feel like I haven't really heard a lot about Coolio, like getting into like you hear about like all these rappers and, like getting into all this trouble. I feel like he's never really gotten into trouble. I've never heard anything big surrounding.
No. Or anything. Not really. It's kind of a lame fucking rapper, if you ask me. Never did anything cool,
Yeah. Well, apparently he had that rivalry for a little bit with Weird Al, because Weird Al did Amish Paradise, and apparently he was super mad about it. Like,
look, out of all the rap rivalries in the world, that might be the lamest. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna have beef with Weird Al?
Yeah.
Because he arguably did your song better. Like, okay.
Well, but also I feel like over time, I feel like guys, kind of are honored to have Weird Al do their song. I would be like, I mean, fuck, like,
but I think Weird Al did that like right in the heat of like Coolio also being like, it wasn't like 15 years later, like, I mean, it was like right in the same time frame almost.
Like 96 Weird Al.
Well, did you hear about all that shit with Sam Smith? Like the whole Twitter stuff with Sam Smith or what? Like apparently, like he has that one song that came out, Body Shop, and there's this kid. I forgot the kid's name, but he does like all these like different like covers on like his TikTok or whatever and all that. And he did a cover of Body Shop, and he did it better than Sam Smith's version, and it went super fucking viral. And mind you, Columbia Records like released this song like before it was even done, like just this one little small clip on TikTok before it was even done, like 5 months ago. And the song just dropped last week, and everybody's like, the song sucked. But pretty much Columbia Records went after that kid. So like he's only making like pennies off of it or whatever. And like now everybody on TikTok are just basically like, no, that's not Sam Smith's song. That's his song. And we're just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like
I'll tell you what, if you don't get your shit out on TikTok first, like you lose.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's how that works now.
Well, it's weird because like apparently like it's something like they wanted to see if it caught fire or like some sort of weird thing where like they wanted to get big on TikTok. But by then, like me and Jess were talking about it, like by then it's so dead. Like the horse is so beaten before the song comes out. And I mean, of course, my wife, she's a huge fan of Taylor Swift or whatever. She doesn't do that shit. Like, you know, she plays games with her fans. Like, she's sitting there fucking like midnight every night, fucking having like a fucking ping pong ball come out of a fucking tumbler and saying, picking up a red phone and saying what the fucking name of her song is or whatever and all that. Meanwhile, she hasn't released a fucking song yet. But that's the thing. It keeps people intrigued and, you know, with it. If you drop that song before it even fucking comes out, people are going to chew it up and spit it out and be like, all right, we made all of our content with it. We did everything we wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, what's the sense at that point? It's just, it's kind of stupid, you know, it's
the turnover rate is ridiculous on,
you know,
on anything anymore, you know?
and of course, Def Noodles will be joining us momentarily right here on the show. We're of course live right here on YouTube Live. And, you know, we've talked a little bit about, Jeffrey Dahmer and concealed ball sacks and all that, but I want to get into something that somebody was talking about on TikTok, and I looked at my wife and I was like, I would love to have that just because of the name of it. Have you ever heard of Graves' disease?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I instantly felt that. Like,
I didn't expect that sentence to end with the word disease. I'm going to be honest with you.
Graves or grades?
Graves, like you're in a grave. Like,
okay.
And I looked at my, because I was like, that'd be great. Like, do you like die instantly? Like, do you turn into a cemetery? Like, are you like a tombstone at this point? Like, you know, and I look, so I looked it up. So I looked up Graves' disease, and it says Graves' disease is an immune system disorder that results in the overproduction of thyroid hormones. Although the number of disorders may result in hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease is a common cause. Thyroid hormones affect many body systems. No signs and symptoms of Graves' disease can be wide-ranging. So that's the thing. And I looked at it, I'm like, well, I don't die instantly. Like, you know, that's bullshit. But when I looked it up, the only thing that I noticed when I looked this up was, hold on, let me get this shared on the share screen, was you truly look like a zombie because look at all these people's eyes. Like, I don't like this woman's eyes, that guy's eyes. Like, I feel like they have seen stuff. Like, I feel like they're seeing like the afterlife. And then like, do your fingers, like, is that somebody's fingers or toes? Like, do your toes turn into fingers when you get Graves' disease? Like, look how far apart they are. I'm very like intrigued by this.
Why do your eyes bulge out of your head?
I don't know. But
what
like, and then this woman, like her thyroid looks like a butterfly. So like, does it glow like that? Like, I want to have like lava volcano thyroids. Like that's the thing. Like, you know, she looks like a superhero. Like that's the thing. Like, you know, and just in case there's anybody out there with like Graves' disease, I highly apologize if this is a sensitive subject for somebody.
Yeah. And also, I
looked at.
Yeah. Like,
also, I really hope that like Wendy Williams does have that because she was like 3 of the first 10 pictures that popped up. Yeah. And if she doesn't have it, that's fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there like when I wasn't there, but I was watching when she collapsed on stage like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like, she's still alive, right? She lived.
Oh, yeah. Dude, she's more than alive.
Yeah.
But
she's extra alive, dude.
She was like just walking, then she was talking, and she was all like,
yeah, and like
and
she
just
like,
fell over.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, if your eyes get that big, like, do you see like the afterlife at that point? Like, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like, you know, your eyes just get big. Like, at that point, you just lived the Jeffrey Dahmer murders over and over. Like, is that what do you see?
Bro,
like, I mean,
bro, like your eyes are just receptors. So not really.
Yeah, like
you just got to get bigger glasses.
Yeah, like I feel like Graves' disease, you turn into like some Ben Grimm, like the Thing from fucking like Fantastic Four. Like you're just this big gray rock that says, "Here lies, whoever." And like you're just kind of like, oh well, looks like it's gonna be hard to open the door now because I'm this big, like, yeah.
I love how literally you take everything. You know what I mean? Like you heard this name and you were like, bet you turn into a fucking tombstone, bro. That's what happens.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. So, all right. So, Tom, like you sit there and, you're at the doctor. And the doctor's like, hey, man, I'm sorry, but you have Graves' disease. Like at that point, what are you thinking is going to happen to you?
I'm definitely not thinking like my eyes will be wider.
Yeah,
that's not even in the top 20 things I think.
Like, I mean,
but I don't think I'm going to turn into a tombstone either.
My first somewhere in the middle.
My first thought is that you like all these crows arrive and like they're outside the window on like the power fucking stuff, like on the power lines.
Too much harm.
And then like the storm rolls in, not as bad as the hurricane that just happened. By the way, shout out. I hope everybody down in Florida
in the midst of all this.
But no, like
shout out to anybody surviving Ian's hurricane.
Y'all motherfuckers beat Graves' disease.
That was awful. That was awful seeing some of the videos from that. But like the storm rolls in, like, and then like next thing you know, you look down at your hands and like you see grass, like just dirt and grass forming on your hands, and these men run in with shovels and they start digging your stomach out, and then your head's just as big. Like this is what's going through. Maybe that's why their eyes bulge out of their heads.
Maybe they all have the same thoughts. What if it was just less cinematic and like a guy with a shovel just kind of followed you around impatiently, like looking at his watch every once in a while? Like, fucking, come on, man. Like, we got to do this.
Yeah, Ray. I don't think your parents were wrong about chopping off at Crownsville.
You should have ate your vegetables.
Like that's the thing. Like Graves' disease, it's like, we're sorry, but you have Graves' disease. And then the Grim Reaper shows up and he's just looking at his watch the whole time, and he's just like this. And you're just sitting there, like, because I always joke around about like, hey, I would love to die. Like, I don't have bills anymore. I don't have responsibility. I don't need to deal with this bullshit planet we live on anymore. Like, sure. Like, as soon as she said it, I was like, I want great. I like that sounds something like I would like to have right now. If it's like an instant killer, like, please give me all of that, because I would be all about it. Like,
and now we just transition into a BetterHelp commercial.
Like, I also kind of imagine that it would be the kind of thing where like you sort of like the doctor tells you have Graves' disease, and then like over time you slowly dust away, like in the Avengers when Thanos snaps. Like,
Ray's the kind of guy that's been trying to get Lou Gehrig's disease for years so he can be better in baseball.
You wake up and it's like, today.
Right. You're like, fuck, today. I just want to hit one home run.
That's it. That's all I want to do. I want to be an Iron Man myself, damn it. God damn it.
Fucking doctors are looking at you like, this guy's totally misunderstanding the diagnosis.
They just sit there and they're like, so we're giving you a referral, and this referral is to Crownsville Mental. Mental Hospital. And it's like, but Doc, Crownsville has been closed for years. You're still going there. You're going to go there.
But once you get the diagnosis, you just talk like an old-timey baseball player. So you're like, is that down by the stadium?
Well, that's the thing. Like you get Lou Gehrig's disease. Like you get that. Like, do you turn into Lou Gehrig at that point? Like you instantly like you become him. Like,
100%.
One minute you wake up as like, Jose Melendez, and then the next day you wake up and you're a white baseball player named Lou Gehrig. Like, I mean,
got the shitty end of the deal on that one.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Since our guest is not here yet, can I run down to the fridge real quick and grab a drink?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That's no problem.
Right, I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, look, actually, shout out to Church of Satire, which is where our live show was, the Church of Satire Comedy Club. You can see all the little signs right there behind Tom Nutty advertising all the comedians that are right there at the Church of Satire. So Tom's going to go and get himself a drink. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to, oh, actually there's our guest right there. So we're going to go ahead and admit him in to the room. So once he's in here, we will rock and roll with him. Dude,
I don't know.
This is falling off of a fucking
I was trying to get in there, trying to say
what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey.
Not too much, man. What's going on with you?
I'm just walking my dogs right now.
Oh,
awesome.
awesome. We things have went south quick. Of course, we started off talking about the new show Dahmer, and then we got into my trip to the National Spy Museum, in which I saw a ball sack concealer. And we were talking about, could you imagine like using Apple Pay, like a ball sack concealer, and like you just kind of take that out of your pocket, pay for your groceries, and just roll out. And then we were talking about Graves' disease, which I honestly thought Graves' disease was we turn into a graveyard at some fucking point of that fucking disease. But of course, Def Noodles joining us here on the show. Of course, Tom Nutty is back now also. And man, of course, right here on YouTube Live, you need no introduction at all. You're very well known here on YouTube Live. Your following is absolutely unreal. Dude, like you do your roast battles, you do all kinds of fun stuff. Like what like do you have like any kind of secret to what your success was here on YouTube?
I got out.
What was that, bud?
The question? Sorry.
It sounds like you're in an Apache area. I said, with everything that you've done online.
Let me show.
What?
Sorry, I think you kind of cut out.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear us now?
Going in now.
Yeah.
Hello. Better now. I get better. I think it's.
There you go.
And what do you think was your secret to success on YouTube? Like, because dude, we've been around for a long, and like just trying to find ground with shit is hard. Like, and your content is amazing. I love it personally. I'm a huge fan of your content. What do you think it was that put Def Noodles on the map for you?
It was a lot of different things. Just I make a lot of stuff, and I just don't stop. I post like, I think there was a certain period that I was posting about 12 videos a day on different channels and different pages. And it's like constantly looking for things and thinking of different ideas and different ways to appeal to people in a different way that creatively satisfies me. A little bit. There's a lot of luck involved in it too. Being at the right place at the right time, or things like that contribute a lot too.
And with all the videos that you've done, have you found like any of the ones that you recorded, have any of them been like, what do you think was the hardest? Like the hardest video that you sat there and you're like, man, that was a fucking bitch to just make?
I don't know. Like every video is different. It really depends on what it is. Like one of the things that was kind of, I went through a phase. I post like at least one video a day on one of my channels, right? So there's one of like the main one that's the most well-known one, Def Noodles. Like there was a period of time where I was essentially like working 19 hours a day making videos, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, so there was one period of time that it was just like really exhausting because I would finish videos around I would start them around midnight or 11 and then just finish them around 7 in the morning and then sleep like 3 hours, wake up and start it all over again. So it was just physically exhausting. But, after a while, you kind of get used to it. Like I sleep on average 4 to 5 hours a night anyway, just because of the amount of work that I do. But yeah, it's just that's mostly what it is.
And what do you think, over time, like, is there anybody that you've worked with in your videos, your content just kind of blew you away that you worked with, or is there anybody that jumps out to you that you're like, oh man, it was, I mean, we've had a who's who of guests on our shows, and like, I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing for you. Like, to me, it all just kind of meshes together, because all the years I did in wrestling, and then all the years I've done, stuff with the podcast, I had various celebrities on, and it just kind of feels like normal at some point. Like, is there anybody that you had that just kind of blew you away that you're like, oh man, I can't believe I just made a video with this person?
My dogs, honestly. They, I've been putting my dogs in some videos recently, and I'm just surprised how natural they are.
And of course, you're not only big on YouTube but also Twitter as well. What do you find, like, which one was it, YouTube first or was it Twitter, where things really started to, because we get a lot of our volume through Twitter, fortunately enough, and a lot of that is through the adult film stars when they share a lot of the content. But what really got like the motor moving for you? Was it Twitch? Was it YouTube? What was it where people were just kind of like, oh man, this fucking dude is just fucking awesome, like, and all the subscribers started to come through?
It was a mixture of things. I kind of have an audience in a different audience in each platform, but they were initially attracted to my pages because of a satirical covers that I did of news. I was mostly doing news parody. Yeah. But yeah, each platform is kind of different. Twitter is really a cesspool. It's just the most annoying platform to be on, honest with you.
Yeah, it really is. And honestly, like, I tell people all the time, if it wasn't for this podcast and if it wasn't for a lot of the volume we get on Twitter, I would not be on Twitter, because it is an absolute fucking cesspool on there. And speaking of your news satire, like, we do a couple of like fucked up news stories when we're on there, and we're going to talk a little bit about, have you heard about the Cocaine Bear? They're actually making a movie about this in 2023 called Cocaine Bear. Have you ever heard anything about that?
No, that sounds great. Oh.
So apparently it starts off
in the 80s.
Yeah, it was 1985. Actually, September 11th, 1985. Andrew Carter Thornton II had been a paratrooper, a police officer, and a lawyer before turning to drug smuggling, moving loads of cocaine into the U.S. from Colombia in a Cessna 404. That ended on September 11th of 1985 when police discovered Thornton's dead body in a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee. He was heavily armed, wearing a bulletproof vest, and carrying thousands of dollars in cash and 77 pounds of cocaine, later valued at about $14 million in that time. Oh, so like, this dude fucking fell out of it. Like, there's a pissed off drug dealer somewhere, because this dude's dead in somebody's fucking parking lot. And then it says a duffel bag strapped around his waist, and he apparently died when his parachute failed to open after he jumped from his plane, which authorities later discovered about 60 miles away and identified using a key found on Thornton's body. Thornton had directed the aircraft towards the Atlantic Ocean and set it on autopilot before making his ill-fated jump. So, okay, so he like jumped out of his plane and was like, fuck it, if this thing wrecks.
He's
like,
fucking high on cocaine, of course.
Yeah. It was September 11th, dude. That's what you do.
Like, is this guy, like, is he a time traveler? Like, I don't, like, what the, like, so wait, so can an autopilot land a plane? Like, I don't understand why.
Hold on, Tom uncovered the truth about 9/11.
Yeah, this was the fucking dry run, guys.
Yeah,
shit.
But it says Thornton, as it turned out, wasn't the only casualty of his final smuggling run. In November 1985, a hunter discovered a dead 170-pound black bear in the Chattahoochee National Forest. Nearby was a that sounds dirty. That sounds really dirty.
I want to go to that fucking forest.
And it says nearby was a duffel bag, which had originally contained roughly 75 pounds of cocaine. The unfortunate animal had apparently gotten into the blow and overdosed. As authority, I don't think I ever want to come face to face with a black bear. But I
on cocaine.
I don't think I don't want to come face to face with a black bear. I want to come face to face less with a black bear that's high on cocaine. Like, imagine like what was going through that bear's mind, like while he was on fucking cocaine.
You mean
there?
You mean he had the best fucking time of his life before he died? That's crazy.
It says soon the bear story will be immortalized in a film this summer. Elizabeth Banks is set to direct Cocaine Bear. Like, there's not really any background of what this bear like did, but I'm hoping that they have this kind of thing where like the bear consumes this cocaine and then they go into like this psychedelic thing where like it pans to what this bear is thinking, and like he just like goes on like just this complete fucking rampage in the woods.
I hope it's about how the bear discovers how to make crack cocaine and starts getting the other bears hooked on it, and it ruins the fucking scene in 1986.
Holy shit.
Wait, look, it says some law enforcement officers question whether the bear, later dubbed Pablo Escobar, or simply the cocaine bear, had really destroyed or consumed 75 pounds of cocaine, or if some enterprising local had taken it. Well, I don't know.
I bet it was a mixture of both for sure.
Yeah. Apparently the bear is taxidermied and is at the Chattahoochee National River Recreation Museum, and you can go visit Pablo Escobar there. So
if they don't have him stuffed like in a leather chair like Scarface with a pile of cocaine in front of him, they missed a great opportunity.
So Dennis, so look at it. Like you're hiking, you're in the woods, you're hiking, and you just come across a fucking bear with like just, you can clearly tell like he has like cocaine just all over his fucking face. Like,
yeah.
Like, at that point, what's going through your mind? Like, not only is it like, fuck, this is a bear, but what did this bear just do?
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy that I got to watch that movie now. Got to see what happens. Yeah, that is crazy.
Whole backstory.
The cocaine bear.
Oh yeah,
he grew up with like no other bear fucking parents and shit.
Well, what if the bear was hired to kill the drug dealer? Like they said they found the drug dealer dead, but the bear was found months later. What if like a rival, it was a rival, mafia hired this bear to kill this guy? This guy jumps out of his plane and he meets the bear on the ground. Not only does he hit the ground and break his legs, but the bear just fucking mauls him to fucking death, takes the cocaine and rolls the fuck out, and then gets hooked on its own fucking, stuff.
High on its own supply.
I think this is why they stopped making those Berenstein Bears books, because that's how it ended.
That's how it ended.
Berenstein or Berenstein? Because there's
it doesn't matter. They were all on cocaine.
They were high on cocaine when they made it. That solves that Mandela effect.
Yeah,
everyone was just high on cocaine.
They were just all fucked up and high on fucking cocaine. So, oh man, and Dennis, what do you think is the most wildest video you've done?
I don't really know, actually. I mean, I made I think in the last 3 years I made like 1,500 videos. So it kind of starts turning into a blur. Yeah, I gotta be like, somebody asked me something about a video that I did like 3 days ago where I went skydiving, and I couldn't even remember anything that happened. Like, I was like, wait, I went skydiving? I thought it was like 3 weeks ago. Apparently I went like Tuesday or something. So yeah.
What about that Packy chip challenge? I saw you just did that.
Oh yeah, I don't recommend anybody do that. I did that I did that twice, 2 days in a row.
Oh no. Oh Jesus.
I do not recommend that.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, well, you ended up in the hospital because of that, right?
Nah, I just called the paramedics. I was exaggerating online, clickbait. But yeah, I ended up just having to call the paramedics because a few hours after I took it, I just started feeling like really, really sick. Like I started feeling nauseous. Everything started turning white. I felt like I was going to pass out. I ended up throwing up, and then it felt like an atomic bomb. It was Hiroshima and Nagasaki both at the same time in my stomach, and I threw up. Then I just couldn't even stand up. I was just like sweating, and I was my entire body went numb to the point where I was like, am I having a heart attack? Like I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on, and I couldn't even stand up. So I had my assistant run out to get some Pepto-Bismol, and then I was by myself, and I ended up calling the paramedics. And by the time they got here, which are like the fire station's like across the street from where I live.
Yeah.
By the time they got from where I work, I essentially live in my office. So I guess I don't actually live here, but like I'm here like 24/7. Like I actually just came in again. So, but anyway, so they came over, and by then, I was just like, oh, like I was a lot better, but it was still like really rough.
Oh,
I don't recommend anybody do it. I mean, I think it's a pretty dumb thing to do, but I ended up doing it twice. Like yesterday, we were having a show here, and one of the comedians and my friend, they were like, oh yeah, do it again. Let's do it again. So I did it again, and I threw up like I started feeling bad almost immediately. So I just threw it all up, and then I felt better, But it was, I don't recommend anybody do it. It's not really like a smart thing to do, unless you enjoy pain. Unless you enjoy pain in your stomach and and throwing up and just. Yeah.
I've never been big on hot food in general. Like I eat very mild of anything that's spicy. So that would literally probably give me the Graves' disease we were talking about earlier. Like it would put me in a fucking coffin. But was that the one that like turned your tongue blue? Like when you took it?
Well, your entire mouth turns black.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's it literally smells like ass. And your entire mouth turns black. It doesn't taste like anything. Just like it just tastes like there's no taste. I can't even. You're literally eating it just for pain, just so you can feel pain.
So we're not doing that.
Yeah. I saw. Yeah. I heard someone talking that like people were like, "Oh, it turns your tongue blue." And when you were like describing it to me, it's like you look down and you're like all of a sudden a member of the Blue Man Group. Like you just look like one of those guys from the fucking Blue Man Group. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening right now? Like this is fucked up.
Does not sound
like
fun.
Oh man. And Dennis, can you see us on your device that you're on?
I think I can. Let me see. Yeah, I can see you.
We play a couple of games that involves you being able to see us. So let me go ahead and get that stuff ready. We play a couple of games with all of our guests that we have on, and we're going to start it off with what? Where the hell is it? Right here. With What Do You Meme? So have you ever played What Do You Meme?
It sounds familiar. It's like the card game.
Yeah. So what we do?
I think I know it. I don't think I played it though, but yeah, I think I know it.
All right, so we're going to show one of those photos up on the screen, and then what I want you to do is I want you to create a meme for that photo. So this is the photo right here. So, why is it going to that? That's not supposed to be that. So let me stop that. So, where the hell did it go? Right there. So right there. It went to play the video that I'm going to play shortly, which I don't know why I did that. So, but anyway, so right here, so we're going to go ahead and pull this up, and we're going to rock and roll with that. So what do you think when you see that? What would you meme that photo as?
Looks like the guy's about to get stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you could meme that, what would you meme that as?
I don't know. Like, don't get stabbed.
I think looking at that, I would think when your boyfriend's binge watched, what the hell we were just talking about it, binge watched Dahmer. When you go home and your boyfriend has binge watched Dahmer and now he wants to have sex.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy.
What about you, Tom?
When you find out the rival cartel has stolen your cocaine bear.
Matt, you got anything for that?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the knife is where I pulled from my ball concealer. And I'm about to fuck this guy up because he's trying to fuck me. So I don't play no games.
All right, so there's that, and then we We also play
no games.
IncoHearant. So IncoHearant, pretty much, we're going to put up a series of cards, and they're going to be in drunken lingo, and you need to try to sound out the card and figure out what the card says. So we're going to get the first one up here, and then you tell us what you think that says. And there's also hints on the back if you need one of the hints. So what do you think that says?
Got it already.
So I think it's morning.
Morning is the first word. One of the hints is safe, but not sorry.
Safe but not sorry. A Thurple. Morning a Thurple. I don't know. Have Derp Hill? I'm trying to figure out the Derp Hill part.
For when he forgets to pull out.
When he forgets to pull out.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Tom,
I guess you got it, Tom?
Oh yeah.
What do you think it is?
It's morning after pill.
Yes, it is morning after pill. So he got the first one. So it was morning after pill. And then here's gonna be the second one. So the second one's coming up now, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull it up here. So Dennis, what do you think that says?
Solo Cup.
Oh,
Red Solo Cup.
Yes, Red Solo Cup. So that is an easy one there. That good. All right, cool. So there's that one. And then we are going to pull up this final one, and we're going to see if you can get this one. So you're 1 for 1 so far with this. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up, and then we will rock and roll with that. Boom, 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 boom. So what do you think that Jesus, why does it keep on fucking
hell yeah?
What do you think that is?
That was the ball sack stealer. I know what that is. Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't think you got it on there.
No, it's on there. All right. So let me pull it up here. I apologize. There's
technical difficulty.
Yeah.
It was down there at the bottom. There you go.
For some reason, whenever I click share, it automatically switches over to something else. So share. Boom, 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 boom. All right. This time without me being stupid. There we go. All right. So what do you think that card said? You think that I'm the cocaine bear or some shit like that? Jesus.
My wife still sadly does this to this day.
I know it's orgasm at the end. Is it fake orgasm?
Yes, fake orgasm. All right, cool. So that concludes our IncoHearant segment. So you went 2 for 1. You went 2 for 1 with that. And also we play. Have you played Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, I have like once or twice. Yeah.
Okay, so we do that a little bit differently. What we do is we read off the face card, and we do it in a roulette style. So we'll read off the face card, and then you will choose a number between 1 and 6, and that answer will answer this card. So pretty much the first one says, in the 7th circle of hell, sinners must endure blank for all eternity. So what do you think? 1 through 6, what do you think is a lucky number to answer that card?
5.
5. All right. So 5. All right. So in the 7th circle of hell, sinners must endure uncut daddy dick for all eternity.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you like that answer, or do you want to choose a different one?
Maybe a different one.
All right. So 1 through 5 now. What do you think?
2.
2. All right. So in the 7th circle of hell, sinners must endure special musical guest share for all eternity.
Way worse than daddy dicks.
Yeah.
Special musical chair?
Special musical guest share.
Oh yeah. Share. Yeah, I can see that.
Dude, I love that though. I would have so much fucking hell.
What?
Are you kidding?
I feel like after a while though, it would turn fun. Like you'd
Yeah,
have
like
fun.
like after
listening
6 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we have another round of that. So the next one is what's the hold on.
Sorry, I fucked you
what's
up.
what's the one thing that makes an elf instantly ejaculate? 1
Me.
through 6.
Me.
Wait. 3.
3. All right. 1, 2. So what's the one thing that makes an elf instantly ejaculate? Foul vegan shits. So foul vegan shits are what makes an elf instantly ejaculate. Do you like that, or do you want to choose a different card?
Maybe let's choose a different one. It sounds crazy.
All right, 1 through 5.
2.
2. All right. So what's the thing that makes an elf instantly ejaculate? Licking the toilet as mistress commands.
Jesus.
Yeah. Can see that.
There's a 50-50 chance I'd be into it. So.
Yeah, Matt's like, there's a 50-50 chance I would actually like that. So, and speaking of the cocaine bear, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a video of a guy who actually bitch slaps a black bear. Like my wife, like she loves to get on TikTok. She loves to show me videos here and there. And this guy actually just sat there and got into it with a fucking bear. And I'm blown away. Like I'm going to pull it up now. And then here we go. So right here. And then we're going to hit play.
The fuck?
Yeah. Let him take him. No, I know. Yeah.
Pound on that.
Just hearing the thump from that shovel.
I really wish you would have never seen the bear in this clip and just look like a lunatic. You show people, you're like, no, there was a bear. I swear to God.
Now imagine.
Was he bear?
Like,
Yeah, that was a bad motherfucker.
Imagine this scene, but with a bear on cocaine.
No,
Like if that bear would have
that-
rolled up there, jacked up on some fucking cocaine.
No, that bear was probably on cocaine. He got fucking scared. His fight or flight kicked in. He was like, well, fuck that guy. I'm out here.
Well, they say if you see a bear, like he was doing a lot of the right stuff. Like he was yelling at the bear, like trying to intimidate the bear. And like,
I don't know.
But he fucking just literally slapped the bear across the face.
That
like
was
a bitch.
pretty fucking gangster. I will say that was some gangster shit right there. But
yeah, but he lost all his street cred wearing those stupid flip flops.
That's a misnomer, though. I hear that you're supposed to shout out the bear and try to pretend you're taller than the bear or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I heard no, when you meet a fucking black bear, you just get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. It's like, let's go. Time to get out of here. But no, and also the thump from him hitting it with that snow shovel, like just almost sent me to the ER when I watched it the first time, because it was just hilarious hearing just the whole, like that bear probably never came back. He'd probably like, fuck this shit, like, because he tried to take the dude's dog, which I love my dogs. A bear, I will have a bear rip me to shreds trying to save my dogs. Fuck that. Like, but yeah, bear just straight up got fucking bitch slapped. Like, and
I don't know, it's a little dog like that. I'd probably, I'm gonna get banned for this, but I'd probably feed the bear. I mean, because now I got a pet fucking bear. I mean, that's fucking cooler than a pet dog.
Especially them little dogs. Like,
fuck it.
I mean, but the guy was wearing flip flops, and it all makes sense.
What if he would have just taken the flip flop on and just whacked the bear with like that ugly flip flop?
What if that video would have went the whole other direction, and that bear was like, "No, man, fuck you," and just ate him on camera?
Ate him like
that would have been a much that bear fucking chews through his ball sack concealer.
Yeah. We'll see how valuable those dogs are then, because they're getting fucked up too.
Jesus.
And of course, it's Halloween time. We're first week into October, first day in October. And Dennis, is there any like where you're at? Is there any kind of like urban legend type thing like down there where you're at? Because we're in Maryland, we have a handful up here. Is there anything that like people are just unrealistically scared of? That's an urban legend up where you are.
I'm not sure about urban legends, but there are a lot of haunted places around LA. There's like, I mean, just one, we were just looking through a list of them, that Marilyn Monroe's first apartment or something, or her house was apparently haunted, but it got demolished, I guess, over the last couple of months. There's like there's a bunch of different places. I mean, this entire city is like haunted apparently. So it's really wild.
Like we have one, and like over the next couple of weeks we're going to be going over some of the Maryland urban legends, and this one isn't really as well known, but over in Annapolis there's a witch's grave, and like we used to play baseball there. It's where we would play little league, and you would go, and back in the woods there was this big giant fucking oak tree, like this scary ass fucking big ass oak tree. And you would sit there, and there was a big giant hole underneath it. There was one of those spiked fences. It was laid down, big fucking hole. And the legend always is that they had a witch trial there. They buried the witch alive
under the tree.
Like that's where her house was. They buried her alive, and she came out. The ground exploded. She came out, killed the people who buried her alive, vanished in the woods, was never seen again.
Oh,
and
that's fucking
like,
great.
yeah, everybody who lived in that area.
I think she was sharing the stash with Cocaine Bear. I think that's what it was.
It's at Truxton Park in Annapolis, Maryland, and it's right like directly diagonal from where the baseball fields were. And I went to a baby shower or something like that at the community center that was there, and I walked over and it's still fucking there.
They're having a baby shower at this fucking witch grave?
It's a park. It's a park. So it's in the woods at the park across from the baseball
Sounds
fields.
like you were sacrificing babies to the witch.
Throw it right in the hole. Just see you later, baby. Like
you sick fuck.
I mean, that's the thing. I started to think, I was like, if you ever run in like with that witch, like, yeah, I think I would rather face a witch than face the bear hopped up on cocaine. Like, I mean, I feel like a witch would like do some sort of weird spell or like some sort of weird like sex act where like, her eyes turn white and then like fire shoots in the air and all that shit. Like,
you're basically describing all the things that Cocaine Bear does.
She turns into a bear hopped up on cocaine and just mauls you to death. And that's that. Like,
and then some dude in flip-flops shows up and is like, fuck you, and smacks the shit out of you.
Smacks you, throws you in a hole, and then, that's that. And, oh, man, like, and Dennis, have you ever been to, like, any of those types of places, like, up there in California?
No, not really. I've only been living here for a few years, so I'm still, like, learning the whole city. It's, like, it's such a big place. It's like a big small town, so I still kind of seeing where everything is and learning about it, but I'm sure there are places like that here. Just a matter of looking for it.
Yeah. But so anyways, Dennis, so we're getting a little bit close to our time, so we're going to go ahead and let you get ready to get out of here. All
right, cool. Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah, no problem. It's no problem at all. Is there anything that you want to plug or get out before you go?
No, yeah, just if you want to check out my content, it's Def Noodles on all socials, and shout out to you guys. You seem like a fun bunch. It was fun hanging around with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and let you roll out. And we got a couple more things we're going to go through. And Dennis, we appreciate you. Make sure everybody goes over and finds Dennis on all of his social medias, of course, YouTube, social media, Def Noodles. You type in Def Noodles online, you find him, boom, just like that. So Dennis, once again, man, thank you for being on the Happy Hour podcast, and we'll catch up later.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Peace.
All right, man. Thank you. All right. See ya. And no, like, like I really kind of don't know what just happened. Like,
No.
like, I mean, like the dude seems like he's pretty cool, and I'm not gonna be like that, but like he didn't really engage with us at all. Like I don't know if he was having a bad night or what it was, but
maybe he's tired.
I really don't know. Like normally, like I went to the games because normally the games turn stuff around, but
it almost felt like he had his phone like just next to him and was like doing other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, I understand because he said, he gets like very little sleep, like 3 to 4 hours sleep, whatever, all that. And it's like,
what would solve that? 75 pounds
of
pure
cocaine.
Colombian cocaine.
75 pounds of Mexican pure black tar heroin.
Jesus.
Well, I don't know about that, Ray. Whoa, buddy.
That's a quick way to end a party.
Pure cut black tar heroin. Oh man. God, no. So what we're going to get into another one of our little segments. We started it a couple of weeks ago, and actually, Tom, I don't think you were here for it. Matt, I know you were here for it, but it's pretty much we're going to pull up a photo, actually 2 photos, and it is a porn parody version of a movie, and then the actual movie version of that photo, and you let me know which one you prefer better.
All of it. I already saw the preview.
The first one is this one right here. So that obviously is Velma from from Scooby-Doo. So that is the porn parody.
I know it's a porn star, but who's the chick though?
I have no idea. Star? I honestly don't know. That's just Google search Scooby-Doo porn parody, and then this, of course, is the movie. Ooh. So I know last time we did it with Black Widow. And you went porn parody, and I went with actual Elizabeth Olsen, who is in the movies. And like to me, like I still kind of don't feel these two right here. Like I feel like the cartoon version of her is just chef's kiss. Like whole bowl cut and all that. Like that's
bowl. What's wrong with you, man?
Have you never seen the cartoon version of her with like the big like bottle
with her sexy little bowl cut? What's wrong with you?
So I'm not gonna have a decisive winner this week.
No, that is not a bowl cut, man. That is what do you call that?
I'm going to go with the cartoon version. So what do you think, Matt? Do you like this version, or do you prefer that version? Porn parody or that version, or do you want to do the cartoon like I did?
I would do both of them, but I'm gonna go with the original.
The original,
okay. I'm not sure who that actor is, but
actress says she's done a lot. Like I forgot what else she was in, but she
was in Freaks and Geeks way back in the day.
Yeah. She also has that one show with Christina Applegate too. I forgot what the fuck that was called.
Yeah.
But no, like so there's that. What do you think, Tom? Would you?
Well, there's almost no other human being on planet Earth that I find more attractive than her. So it would be hard to fucking find any porn that is more than that.
All right. Well, there we go. So
you had a good one this week.
Both of you chose, the original. Matt last week. So Matt's 1-1. Me, I'm still kind of, I chose regular version the first week, and then I chose one that wasn't even a part of this because I was like, cartoon version all the way. But while we have this pulled up, we're going to get into our "What the fuck is that food" by Ray C Hawkings. So this is the one for this week, and I have no idea what this is myself, but that monstrosity right there, like we sit there, we talk about bear on cocaine. Like I feel like you need to be on cocaine.
Is that like a dessert, or is that like a?
I don't know. Like it looks like it's a circular tortilla,
right?
But it looks like I don't know. Like is this like something Jeffrey Dahmer made? Like because you look like there's red at the bottom, so it looks like there could be blood. Like it looks like he cut something off and just laid it there.
You know what what it looks like? It looks like someone took a tortilla. Took a used tampon, heated it up and smashed it, and then just threw some fucking cheese on it.
Yeah,
that's what that looks like, and that is the period blood.
Yeah.
running from
Jesus Christ.
Tom, what do you think what do you
It's a
think
scrumptious
that
meal.
is?
Scrumptious.
I don't know, man, but I think we should call the police.
Sounds like we should call the police. So it looks like to me it's a tortilla with like a slab of what the hell is that? Is that
Pastrami.
what the hell is it? You get it in restaurants and it looks disgusting. It's like beef and like some sort of like
Pastrami.
no, it's not pastrami. Fuck. it's like it's kind of like meat in like a soup type thing. I forgot what the fuck it's called, but what would you name that?
Oh my God.
A menstrual tortilla.
A menstrual.
The menstruating tortilla.
So that's what this week's is going to be, the menstruating tortilla.
Yeah.
So
Tortilla, whatever.
and I kind of apologize because it's the kind of point that our guest seems so disengaged that like you saw coming into this, the momentum I had, I was just rolling along. And then when something like that happens, like it's just kind of hard to pick the pieces back up. Like,
it is what it is. I mean, we're here to carry the show, so that's what we do. You know what I mean?
He was overwhelmed with all of their
so now
cocaine stories.
So now this poses a question. If you had your choice of dealing with a crazy witch, a bear hopped up on cocaine, or Jeffrey Dahmer, which would you prefer to deal with in a dark back alley?
In a dark back alley?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer for sure.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't like he just talked a bunch of people into shit. You know what I mean?
Well, you got the what's the old game? The fuck one.
Mary fuck kill.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. How about this? Fuck, marry, kill. Those are your three. What are you choosing, Tom?
All right, I'm definitely fucking the cocaine bear because there's no other better story than that. You know what I mean? We're gonna kill the witch just because, and I'm marrying Jeffrey because he's got an apartment and a stable job.
All right.
Honestly, I can't disagree with Tom. I mean, that is
mine.
No. You like Dahmer seems like a very I kind of feel bad for him a little bit. He's lonely. I'll marry him, and I'll never leave him because then of course he'll kill me and eat me.
We both like a cold Budweiser after a hard day's work. You know what I mean? Like he can cook. He can cook like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't know what you're eating.
You don't know what you're eating.
He
don't matter.
That was a good scene in that show too. Was when he laid the sandwich down. He's like, "Don't you want to eat the sandwich?" Like, come on, I made. And he's in the lady's house, and he's like, "I made that for you. Eat the sandwich."
That's where my dumbass would be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm hungry as shit."
Yeah.
What kind of meat is it? Don't worry about it. It's the shredded down dick meat that I have in my freezer. Like, what do you?
It's grass fed organic.
Yeah. I got Graves' disease and made it with my grass hands.
Right.
Like, what do you expect? Like,
so,
but I think mine, I would marry the cocaine bear because that's like never ending unexpected excitement right there. Because if that bear has a cocaine problem, like you're signing yourself up for a life full of adventure. Like,
That's
and
true,
you also have no idea when that bear is going to flip out and murder you and your whole entire family. I'm going to kill Jeffrey Dahmer because I don't want to be eaten. I don't want to be a victim. Fuck that. I don't want no fucking power drill lobotomy. And, obviously fucking the witch because, she's the most reasonable thing out of that equation to probably fuck. It's going to be like some weird kinky shit.
You're
like
right. And I mean, it's probably been so long since she's had some dick. I mean, this shit's got to be like airtight.
Oh, yeah. Like a witch from the 1800s or some shit. Like that just is willing to
blow the dust out that much. Blow the dust out that motherfucker and spit on it and get to town.
Yeah. So, I mean,
she's probably got some magic spell to make that shit wet as fuck, too. Just bam. It's like liquid gold down that motherfucker.
What was it? Velveeta they use that for? It's liquid gold.
Oh, dude. Velveeta Plus.
But
Yeah, and I mean, she's a witch, so she has like all this crazy like magic shit. So like she opens her legs, it's like the Sharon Stone scene where like she uncrosses her legs and like fucking cheese just fucking flies out, and you just see this 400 pound man like yeah, as he's being sprayed with just Velveeta cheese by this witch, like, and then.
Look,
And then
for
his
sure.
bear wife comes over and was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you?" and starts roaring, going nuts, and dragging him back into the house.
Well, now you've totally cemented the fact that I'm fucking that cocaine bear and not a witch. That sounds terrible.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you get women who are squirters. So imagine this: the witch is a squirter, but she has the Velveeta. So imagine,
Oh my God.
like she's just
liquid
squirting
gold.
Velveeta.
It's like I feel like it's like that fucking string just
This silly shit.
Like, fuck.
Oh, fuck me running.
You sit there and you're trying to get cheese on crackers, like as she's doing it. It's kind of like the basketball game Rage in a Cage, and it's like you're trying to make like you're just fucking trying to
catch you
Yeah.
with crackers.
You just made a fucking dick meat sandwich from Jeffrey Dahmer's freezer, and you're just trying to fucking just catch.
I need some cheese,
fucking-
honey.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Milwaukee cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
fucking
too
Christ.
much.
What we're gonna do real quick, we forget it every single week. We need to get into our featured shot because we haven't done it
Yeah,
in
all right.
weeks.
You
So
almost
it
knocked
is-
yourself out with that.
That would be great. Oh God. Like, so it's Hartley VSOP. So of course we haven't gotten into this in a couple of weeks. So Matt, there you go.
I
That is
hate
for
you.
you. I know. I hate myself too. And that's why I wanted to get Graves' disease, because I hate myself. Like, 'cause I was like,
You're doing your best to get this episode flagged by some mental health fucking professional.
Do they flag mental health like that?
I don't fucking know. They haven't flagged any other shit
They
we've
have,
had.
they
on
have
here
a
yet.
weird
Matt, the way you were pointing at it sounded like you weren't going to stop. Like, it was so loud and so fast.
swampy.
All right, so here we go. Shout out to Hartley VSOP. We haven't done this in weeks, and I'm kind of glad because of this reason.
That looks delicious.
As soon as that went down my throat, I saw everything that bear saw. Like, I did. Oh, Jesus.
So I'm gonna guess you guys aren't doing sober October.
No, wait, is that a thing? Like, I know there's like no shave November. Like, I didn't know there was sober October. Like, what kind? Oh, Tom, look. All right, look. Ladies and gentlemen, for the month of October, Tom Nutty is going to be replaced on the show.
By somebody cool.
Like, oh, before the guest comes, let me run down and grab a drink. And like, he comes back and he has fucking like spritzer water. Like,
Hey, that's exactly what it is. And it's even high class shit. It's Royal Farms brand.
oh shit, that's where we got Stacy's mom's
Yep.
mom beer from, was Royal Farms in Hanover. And that pisses me off too, is that Maryland does not have alcohol in like all of their stores. Like, why? Like
And Rofo. Just
Well,
that's
no,
what we're talking about.
like, well, Ropo,
Pennsylvania doesn't either. It's only select gas stations have it.
yeah, well, some parts of correct me if I'm wrong, some parts of PA are dry, aren't they? Like, they don't have alcohol pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Yep. And it's
That's
stupid.
where the Amish are. Like, because that I don't understand. Like, if I lived there, I'd be like, nope, I'm not buying this house.
Well,
This
it'd
isn't
be
gonna
in
happen.
direct competition with their moonshining thing that they got going on.
Oh
so.
yeah.
And also a lot of the stores in PA are closed on Sundays. You can't buy alcohol on Sundays. Like it's 1840 up here. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
My
Welcome
God.
to 1840.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's wild.
all right. So what we're gonna do, we're running probably about the hour and a half mark. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, and we will be back here again on Friday, which is gonna be Friday, October 7th. We're gonna be live on YouTube, and our special guest is Anoxia. Last time I said that wrong, and I said anorexia. It is Anoxia Crystal, and she will be joining us. The lead singer is Crystal, and Relic, who is the guitarist, who wears this badass mask. So hopefully he's wearing his mask, but they will be joining us. Of course, she is the wife of Corey James, who was in Carbon Stone. So they will be joining us next week right here on YouTube Live on the Happy Hour podcast. So we will have all kinds of shenanigans going on, more haunted, horror oriented stuff. I think the Cocaine Bear and, the Dahmer stuff alone is just horror enough that we brought this episode. So, Tom, of course, if you're there next week, Matt, if you're there the next week, I'll see you guys. If not, it'll be me and whatever motley crew that we end up with. And, guys, once again, thank you. This is the Hour podcast, and we will see you guys next week.